friends, it's Kay here from Kay Loves Tarot. How are you guys? Please do let me know in the comments. Right then, I'm doing your mid-monthlies. I finally found some time to do them, so I'm going to do them. Those that will be inquiring about air and fire over the next few days, yours will be going out hopefully on Sunday. But I'm managing to get the water and earth signs out first before the weekend. Fire and air will be after the weekend. So, right then you guys, Earth. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. We're doing a mid-month. These are running from the 12th to the 20th of November. I'm doing them individually. So let's get started. I'm using 3 decks. The John Holland Daily Spirit Messages, my trusted Rider-Waite, and the Romance Angels Oracle deck. So let me start with these. Taurus. Let's start with Taurus. 12th to the 20th of November for Taurus. 12th to the 20th of November for Taurus. Taurus. Sun, Moon and Rising. Or just Taurus. Okay, first card out, you guys. Believe. I will go into detail with these once I sort of connect them to this actual spread. One more for Taurus. Find your centre. Wonder if some of you are a little bit up and down at the minute and lacking faith. Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Taurus. 12th to the 20th of November, 2017. Taurus. Okay, that flipped out. The 4 of Cups. The Queen of Cups. The King of Pentacles, that's you. The 8 of Pentacles. Judgment in the reverse. The Sun in the reverse. The Moon in the reverse. And the 2 of Wands. I'm just going to throw one more over that Moon. The 9 of Cups. Interesting spread, you guys. I'm wondering if some of you are dealing with water signs. Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. I have the Passion card. I have, 2 there. Retreat. And what was that? Oh, sorry, you guys. Codependency. Interesting. Just one moment. My son's walked in. Charlie.
It needs pulling out.
What's wrong with it?
It needs pulling up.
Well, Charlie, how have you managed to do that?
I don't know. It needs pulling up.
I can't grab it.
Ow.
I'm trying. Shush, shush, shush. There you go. I think that's the best I can do. Right.
You hurt my toe.
Sorry, darling. Right, you go to bed. Night-night. Just be careful. He's got a little bandage on his foot, bless him, because he cut his toe last night. So, well, I had him at the hospital last night. But yeah, they've bandaged it all up for him. So I just had to double check that he'd not got anything in it when he cut it. So he's alright then. Right, Taurus. Yeah, I mean, the only prominent signs that are sticking out here at this point are water signs, Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. I've got the Moon, so it could be Cancer. I've got the Sun, which could be Leo. I have the King of Pentacles, so that's either you or another Earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. So, I have a King and a Queen. And from the look of these Romance Angel cards, I say this is more to do with love than anything else. I think you're trying to believe that something's going to work out. And I'm not sure if it's you that don't know where you stand or whether someone else don't know where they stand. A lot of confusion here. I'm going to start as I mean to go on. I've got the Four of Cups here, okay, with Judgment in the reverse. So I'm going to say second chance is offered and been turned down. So it could be a reconciliation that I'm looking at that's been turned down. I've got the Queen of Cups here, okay, with the Sun in the reverse. The thing is, the Queen of Cups energy is very intuitive, somewhat psychic. Whether this is you or someone else that doesn't know where they're standing, it's their intuition that's leading them to think like that, or leading you to think like that. But here I have solidarity, really. Feeling comfortable where you are, despite maybe not knowing where you stand. And then I have a secret that comes out, emotional fulfillment. For some of you, you could be letting exes or past acquaintances in the love department know that you are happily settled now. For some of you could be confessing to someone from the past that they gave you some sort of emotional fulfillment, but this person is a little bit unclear of how they feel about that, you know what I mean? Unclear of how they feel about that. Cups are all about emotions and feelings, etc. And I see you being stuck at a crossroads here, okay? Because we're trying to put effort into making a decision now about this. So I've got no doubt this is someone who you're either passionate with at the moment or have been passionate with, because obviously there's passion cards here. And then I've got the retreat. I think that's what took place after the passion. And then I've got codependency. Addictions are affecting a romantic life. So whether this is a physical addiction, such as drinking, gambling, drugs, whatever, or this is obsessions and codependency, needing to be codependent on someone, not being independent enough, getting into a relationship just because we don't want to be on our own, that kind of thing. And I think I did a similar reading for the beginning of November for you guys, and I think it had got something to do with that. The thing is, it's basically, I'm going to read you this card, Find Your Centre, this one here. And it just simply reads, your outside world is a reflection and a manifestation of what's going on inside you at this time. When the outside world becomes so hectic and stressful that your anxiety starts to overwhelm you, then this is an ideal moment to stop and ask, when was the last time I checked in with myself? You know what I mean? It's more about learning to calm yourself down when things get very hectic, when we're put in situations that we don't want to be in. So, you know what I mean? There could be people from the past that we don't want to bump into that we end up bumping into. You know what I mean? And this is more about finding your centre so that you can better deal with those situations. Some of you, when looking back to the past, won't want to see anyone from your past for whatever reason. And this is basically saying, look, this may happen whether you like it or not, and this is how you deal with it, that defines you at this point in time. Which is why you need to centre yourself a little bit here, okay? So that we don't overreact. I see secrets coming out regarding emotional fulfillment. So that's whether you're telling someone from the past that you are now with someone else and emotionally fulfilled, or whether that's just you being emotionally fulfilled now, full stop, on your own. Or this is revealing to someone maybe from the past that they gave you some sort of emotional fulfillment that you feel like you can't let go of. And I have this belief card. I'll just read this. The force that works through your soul, determining what's possible or impossible, is the difference between success over failure. And above all, who you are is the power of your own belief. If you believe something strong enough, then it will be real for you. You get all pessimistic and stubborn and stuck in your ways like some of you Taurians do, If you don't believe something's going to happen, then guess what? It won't. Belief is a powerful thought process. It's all about manifestation and making things work, making things happen. If you want something that bad, you'll go out and get it, in other words, and you'll believe that you can get it. And if it's not with a specific person that you thought you could have it with, then it'll be going out and finding it elsewhere. You know what I mean? That 2 of Wands is your choice. See these wands? One's bolted to the wall, and one's on top of the wall, free to be moved. This guy has got the world in his hands and he's chose freedom. And then along with the 8 of Pentacles, it's more about putting effort into freeing yourself from stuck and stagnant situations. Whether that be strife from the past, that fear of bumping into someone again, or actually wanting to bump into someone again but afraid to tell them how you really feel. This is all about facing that and thinking, you know what, the world's in my hands. If I don't ask, I don't get. Or if I don't bite the bullet, I'll never know the outcome. You know what I mean? But whenever I see a king and a queen upright in any spread, I always see a soulmate kind of connection, really. And, you know, some people believe in that stuff, some people don't. But this is just the way that I read my cards personally, you know what I mean, using my own intuition. So it's not even about the actual signs back in these cards. Yes, they are water and earth, but we think of a soulmate connection that contains these elements. And whenever I see water and earth, I always think of fertile ground to grow on, its growth and prosperity. You know what I mean? And the elements of water and earth are all about commitment, stability, loving emotions, affection, investment. You know, the Queen of Cups represents emotionally stable, someone who's not afraid to show affection, someone who's not afraid to tell someone they love them and to show that. You know what I mean? And then this king is not afraid to accept. You know, he represents solidarity and stability and commitment and loyalty. And these two together are a very good combo. So regardless of the signs that we're dealing with here, okay, the actual elements of these cards represent a perfect couple, if you like. So whether this is someone from the past or whether this is someone that you're dealing with in the now, this is a beautiful thing. And it is very much something to think about, at least. You know what I mean? If it is someone from your past that you don't expect to go back to, then this is more about looking at the more positive aspects of that person so that we can learn to forgive. You know what I mean? And I would say to shit is human, to forgive it's divine. So whether it's needing to forgive someone, you know, maybe someone did the wrong thing but the heart's in the right place, that kind of thing. Or whether it's embracing someone. Whichever way you look at this, I see this is a very nice thing, you guys. You know, and like I say, this belief card comes into play. I always say, if you don't believe something's going to happen, then it won't. If you don't put effort into something that you believe may happen, then it won't. Whether the codependency aspect is something from the past or it's something that's plaguing you now, it's definitely something to address. Either, you know, if it's from the past, whether it's from you or someone else, if you can't learn to let sleeping dogs lie, you know what I mean, then maybe this is where the effort needs to come in to get rid of those feelings. And, like, leave the past in the past, but at least leave it on good terms, if you get me. Or whether this is about dealing with these issues before we sort of venture into anything new now with someone that may be a fitting match, you know what I mean? So yeah, those are the energies that Taurus is going to be faced with mid-month. OMG. That's a lot of energy to deal with, you guys. I don't envy you. Right then. If any of you do want to go deeper with this and you want a private reading, please do email me. I'll leave that in the description. I'll be happy to book you in. In the meantime, though, I'm moving on to... Oh, where did I put them? Oh, they're here. I'm moving on to Virgo. So, let's take a ganders at Virgo. Mid-month, 12th of November to the 20th of November. Virgo, Sun, Moon and Rising. Okay, Virgo, first card out is Choices. There we go. Second card out for Virgo is Receive. Interesting. Right. Virgo. Sun, Moon and Rising. Virgo. The Six of Pentacles, the Nine of Pentacles in the reverse, and the 3 in the reverse that flew out. The 4 of Swords, the 10 of Swords, ooh. The Knight of Cups reversed. The Magician reversed. And the 4 of Wands reversed. There's a lot of reversals here, you guys. It's not looking brilliant, I'm not going to lie. Right, let me get the Romance Angels. See if there's any indication for your love lives there. Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Virgo, 12th to the 20th of November. Okay, I've got the flirt card. Need to lighten up, you guys. The separation card. And, okay. Too many fell out then. One more prominent, the honeymoon card. I'll take that. Right, so let's start with the spread then, you guys. Bloody hell. Right. I have the Choices card and I have the Receive card. So the Choices card's more about taking responsibility for your choices, your decisions, your actions. And the Receive card is learning to receive with grace, really. More than anything, but I will go more in depth with those cards in a moment, but these are pretty much the outline that links the actual reading. So with the 6 of Pentacles here, okay, and the 10 of Swords, I mean, 10's a completion with healing. So if you've had a rocky road of late, this is coming to an end, probably for some of you mid-month November. And this is... You've been wanting to get what you deserve for a while. Maybe you haven't. Maybe that's what the 10 of Swords effect has been leading up to. You know what I mean? But this phase is nearly over. It seems like you're going to get what you deserve, what you've been wanting. But it's been a really hard road in trying to get that. You know what I mean? And this is the reason behind it, you know. The Knight of Pentacles reversed and the 3 of Pentacles reversed. Someone's not been moving forward because they've not learnt lessons from the past. Something, you know, lessons haven't been learnt. Advice hasn't been taken or used. Someone's just chosen to stay stuck and not do anything about it. And I'm wondering if it concerns some sort of insecurity issues, stability issues here, okay? The Nine of Pentacles reversed is that fear of being on your own. And the Magician in the reverse is like, because maybe a relationship hasn't been manifested, we're now afraid to be on our own, and maybe we've not learnt this lesson of not rushing into things. Yeah, you want to get what you deserve. Yeah, this period's going to be over, but guess what? It's only going to be over if you fully heal. I mean, I sort of had to give Cancer a bit of a ear bashing. And if any of you are dealing with a Cancer, go watch that video. Because it was along similar lines of, you know, when we're that insecure where we don't want to be on our own, you know, it sort of makes me think, you know, they don't love themselves enough to enjoy being on their own. You know what I mean? And you should never, ever, ever jump into relationships just because you don't want to be on your own. That's, you know, it's just doomed to fail from the start. It's over before it started doing that. And rebounding, etc., etc. It's not a brilliant idea. And unfortunately, if you don't love yourself enough to be that comfortable, then how can you expect somebody else to love you? You know what I mean? I always say that. Now, don't get me wrong, this could be the energy of someone that you're dealing with. Otherwise, this is you. And again, I'm seeing instability with the Four of Wands reversed as well, and not putting yourself out there, etc., etc. Not wanting to be on your own, but not really doing much to sort of get yourself to that point, I'm going to say. And the Four of Swords in the upright position, we're making progress. But be careful what you say. It could come back to bite you in the ass at this point as well, Virgo. I think all this is down to separation, really. Some of you are either separated from the one that you want to be with, or you have recently separated from someone. And now we're just looking down a dark, long, gloomy tunnel. Or, you know, or woe is me. And this is like the honeymoon card. This is the need to give yourself a break and put some distance between you and anyone that's making you feel less than worth it. You know what I mean? Let's get back to those calm, smooth waters again. And the flirt card here, it says extend your light-hearted energy to others. And whenever I see that card, I always think just someone needs to lighten up a bit. It doesn't need to be so serious and dark and gloomy all the time. Let's lighten up. Let's start thinking more positively. And then guess what? Your life's going to run more positively. By choosing, and I say that strongly because of this choices card, by choosing to stay stuck in old patterns of not addressing issues in between relationships, hence we're jumping into the next relationship, hence it's ending before it started, hence we're on a vicious cycle. We're not giving ourselves enough time to heal. Now, the good news is the Ten of Swords in the upright position. And this is an indication to say that if you give yourself the well-needed break that you deserve, give yourself what you deserve, then we can hit this 10. If you don't learn the lessons, we're going to stay stuck. So it's basically flip side of a coin here. Which way are you going to go, Virgo? It's saying because of insecurities, it is not a good idea to manifest anything at this time. Which is why we now need to lay this shit to rest. It's an unfortunate reading to come across, Virgo. But I just want to point out, just because the cards in the tarot are saying that this energy is going to be over soon, it doesn't mean it literally will be over if you don't follow the advice. The tarot will only give you an outcome if the advice is followed. And this shit will be over if you learn to cut yourself some slack and separate yourself from jumping into relationships at this point. If you don't do that, you're not learning the lesson and you will remain stuck. I think this is a warning for some of you. Can't possibly resonate for every single one of you. So please don't bitch on my comments. You know what I mean? It's disrespectful to those Virgos that are going through this energy and do need to hear this. The last thing those, you know, the people that are going through these energies, the last thing that they want to hear is, that's not my situation. Pff, talk about making me feel jealous. Do you know what I mean? I'm just saying, show some respect and understanding. Spirit can't possibly fire out messages for every single one of you. It's for those that are going through this, that feel the need to hear it. And these messages are for them. Feel like it's not hitting on target, then the messages aren't for you. Which is where you can go check out another reader, see if they've got the right messages for you. Are you moon or you rising? Right, let me read these cards. So, we'll start with the choices. When you accept responsibility for your life and the choices you make, you begin to tap into the power of your own spirit. You'll be able to listen to and appreciate the intuitive wisdom that's inside you and apply it positively and constructively to the outside world. You know, it's about taking responsibility for your choices. And when that choice ends up fucking up in some way, this is basically saying, okay, let's go back and see where I went wrong and make sure that I don't do that again. That's more what this is saying. And then receive, I'll read this one. You're a kind and loving soul who constantly reaches out and gives to others, but now it's time for you to learn how to graciously receive. Just with the ebb and flow of the tides, the art of giving and receiving is the natural law and order of the universe. Now, for one, that could mean to receive the advice that's being given with gratitude. Because, you know, it all comes from spirit. That's what backs these cards. That's where the messages come from. Or, you know, it's basically saying, if a part of the healing process is learning to take a step back from a heavy lifestyle where you are running around after everyone else, especially people who don't deserve it, and you've got enough on your own plate to deal with, again, this is more about just saying, you know what I've been through, it's been heavy, I really want to hit the completion stage with this healing, I can't do it with all this going on, I'm just going to have to take a step back so I can better, you know what I mean, deal with these issues and actually lay it to rest first. And that's what this whole reading's really about, Virgo. So these are the energies that you're going to be dealing with mid-month for some of you. And I really, really, really do hope that most of you that are going through this can find a way to sort it out. I always say, when it comes to relationships and separations and things like that, there isn't a great deal that we can do about someone else's behaviour. All we can do is take a step back and look at our own behaviour. So, for example, say you've been with someone who has cheated on you and we're angry. We can't get over it. We're really angry. We're stewing. We just can't get over it. It's left us insecure and rejected, and you know what I mean? By taking a step back and thinking, well, I did nothing wrong, you have to take a step back and think, did I do something wrong? Did I get involved with this person without fully knowing them? Did I rush this? Did I sleep with them too soon? Was I wearing rose-tinted glasses in that relationship? Could I have seen reality for what it really was? Could I have done more to prevent wasting as much time as I have did this person cheat on you once or twice, or was it multiple times and yet you still stuck it out? And that's why you have to think, those are the faults that you could have changed. And this is the lesson that you should be learning, is not to put up with this behaviour again. And the next time you see warning signs, you'll know. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'll leave that there then, Virgo. If any of you want a private reading, you want to come to me, whether it's pre-recorded or live one-to-one, please do email me. I'll leave it in the description. In the meantime, I'm moving on to Capricorn. And I wish you guys the best you can possibly have for the mid-month. So, let's take a look at Capricorn. Right then. Capricorn. Sun, Moon, Rising, 12th to the 20th of November. Capricorn. Okay. Ground yourself, Capricorn. Something you guys should be very good at doing. So it's your earth signs. And believe. Very nice. So I gave you, there was a really, really awkward kind of reading, really, for your November monthlies. And I must admit, even I did feel relatively sorry for you guys that are going through that. Or for the cross-watchers that are dealing with someone like that, you know what I mean? It's not very nice energy. So I'm kind of hoping that mid-month we'll see some progression. I did hope I would. So, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising. No progression. Sorry, guys. First card came out as the Queen of Wands reversed. This is usually the Queen bitch from hell. The Five of Swords. Bloody hell. Five of Wands. 2 conflict cards, unfortunately. So, yes. I'm going to say shit's going down mid-month. Someone's getting an ear bashing, whether that's you or them. Knight of Swords reversed. Wow, the Ace of Cups. I'll clarify that again. Ace of Cups, what's it about? What's this Ace of Cups about? 10 of Swords. I know what that is. 7 of Cups reversed. And the High Priestess. Oh. Okay, unrequited love. Let go of control issues. Not much has changed then, Capricorn. Finances and career. Some of you are in a controlled relationship. Or literally in a relationship where the love is gone. I have an incentive for you that you're not seeing. But we'll get to that in a bit. Let's start with the issues at hand. I have got 3 conflict cards that all describe arguments of some sort, fighting. The Queen of Wands reversed. Yeah, let's pick them up. Let's have them. Oh dear. There they are. The Queen of Wands reversed. The 5 of Swords and the 5 of Wands. Some of you are going head to head mid-month with someone who's either had enough of you or you've had enough of them. Someone is confronting someone. The reason for the confrontation is some sort of secrecy. Hiding something. The High Priestess, yes, she talks of intuition and things like that, but I'm being led to say this is more about secrecy and hiding. Something that's been hidden. Someone's jealous that someone's found new love. Or moved on. I have the Queen of Wands energy with the Knight of Swords reversed. I don't like this. That queen is usually the queen bitch from hell, and you know, her actions are just harsh. This is someone very temperamental, very hot-headed, who actually loves to argue, believe it or not. And the Knight of Swords reverse, this is like just stopping it, putting a stop to it, just stopping someone in their tracks, in other words. And I'm a bit concerned that violence may play a part in that, so just be careful. I have the Sun with the Ace of Cups. Now, don't get me wrong. The Sun in the reverse talks of... It's a bit like the moon. What's hidden under the surface. You know, when the sun's the right way up, it's light. We can see where we're going. We have clarity. When it's in the reverse, it's a bit like the moon. It's dark. We can't see where we're going. We can't see what's coming. And what's coming is the Ace of Cups. That falling in love with someone. But this is your incentive. If we get a grip on this. Whether this is someone from the past or not, this healing process needs to hit completion point. Which means insecurities, arguments, hot-headed behaviour. If that continues, it's going to be really, really hard for someone to love you. And love is coming. But how can Spirit hand you this Ace of Cups on a silver platter if you're not ready to deal with it? Whether this is someone extremely temperamental from your past or someone who's in your life now that you're not dealing with properly, or whether this is just a circumstance, whether this is you and you're the hot-headed one, you're the argumentative one, whichever way around this is, if these issues of, you know, surrounding this behaviour don't stop and complete and heal, this Ace of Cups won't be ready for you. So, the Five of Swords always remind us to walk away from someone who's being unreasonable. Someone may be walking away from you, you may be walking away from them. And this is the reality in the situation with that Seven of Cups. It's seeing reality for what it really is and just walking away. The Five of Swords is someone who doesn't see reason, who will continue fighting, who will continue arguing. So no matter how much of a fight you put up against this person, you won't win. There are no winners in this situation. So you are better to just drop your swords and walk away. You know. And then with the Five of Swords here, this is, the Five of Wands. Again, we have more conflict. More confrontation. Whether you're confronting someone else or they're confronting you. You know what I mean? And then the High Priestess, again, yeah, she talks about secrecy and hidden and things like that, hiding things and stuff, but she also talks about using your intuition. If your intuition's telling you something's not quite right, then guess what? It's not. Your intuition's spot on at this point. And until we get over, basically what I'm seeing here is a previous relationship where it may have been unrequited, that we're not over, that we're still extremely angry and hot-headed about. And then someone new coming into the mix that doesn't want to hear about it. That doesn't want to know. They just want to get to know you, not your past. Again, this Ace of Cups won't happen if we don't get a grip on the past. There's your incentive right there, Capricorn. And then, you know, we have let go of control issues. You cannot control the uncontrollable. It's just something to bear in mind. And then with finances and career, I'm going to say some of you wouldn't go amiss by putting more focus here. I'm wondering if this is where the Ace of Cups comes in. Someone you meet through work. Or have met through work. So, we have ground yourself. I'll read the card. Being distracted, unfocused, tired, irritated and impatient are all signs that you're not grounded. Now is the time to become centered and allow Spirit to help you ground yourself and reconnect with the divine source. And I'm going to say this is all preparation for you to accept new love into your life. And then we have the Believe card here. And this just says, the force that works through your soul determining what's possible or impossible is the difference between success over failure. And above all, who you are is the power of your own belief. You know what I mean? If you don't believe something's going to happen, then it won't. If you don't believe that you can change and leave the past in the past or heal from it and get over it, then it won't. Pessimism is such an ugly character. It's time to get more optimistic. It's time to start lifting that veil. To stop letting people wind you up, letting the past wind you up. Unless you're prepared to go back and change things, there's nothing you can do. If you haven't got closure over a previous relationship, it is up to you to get your own closure and to accept. I think it's more about acceptance. I know you guys don't like change. I know that. I do. But things won't change the more you prevent it. Life's trying to move forward. It's trying to move you forward. And some of you are just going against the grain. I think you guys just need some closure. The only way you could do that is to address your own. At the minute, there's a lot of conflict around you guys, whether it's coming from you or someone else, and this is something that you need to nip in the bud. Pretty quick. Spirit's ready to hand this Ace of Cups to you, but it won't do it unless we deal with this. And deal with all this conflict. You know, you need to be in a good state of mind to accept new love into your life so that you've got that time and that patience to get to know them and for them to get to know the real you. Not the stressed out, anxious, wound up you. For whatever reason, whether this is issues at work, whether this is issues from previous relationships, whether this is issues with friends or colleagues or anyone else. This is the conflict that you need to nip in the bud. Or at least leave your love life and elsewhere, the past in your life, separate. And don't intertwine the two. You know what I mean? I think this is more about rejection, though. With that unrequited love being there. More consumed by the conflict around rejection. Not accepting that it is a part of life. And when we don't have a good hand at dealing with rejection, again, it can create more issues, insecurity issues, instability issues, emotional issues, you know. It's like falling row of dominoes. The problem gets bigger and bigger and bigger the less we deal with it. Some of you will probably benefit from some counselling or guidance. Some of you probably just need a good kick up the butt. I think for most of you, if you can just learn to ground yourself and centre yourself and learn not to be so pessimistic, I think you'll find a way to release this energy. and just say, you know what? Not my monkeys, not my fucking circus. And just learn to walk away from it and leave it. I think for your own sanity, that would be wise. And if some of you are the ones that are creating this kind of conflict, you need to take a step back and reevaluate your position here. Are you really right? Is this really the right thing to do? Is this argument really worth it? Or can we let this go? Just for a peaceful life. So yeah, some of you have got some work to do mid-month. And Spirits, that fed up is giving you an incentive. The Ace of Cups is a really good incentive, you guys. I suggest you take it. So yeah, I think I'm done with that. I'm going to wish all you guys the best. If you do want to go deeper into this, you can email me for a private reading. I'll be happy to book you in. Whether it's just for motivational purposes, or to actually find out what's involved with this incentive. Feel free to email me. I'll be happy to book you in. In the meantime, though, Earth signs, I wish you all the best for mid-month. And you don't take care, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye-bye for now.